This lesson focuses on prosocial behavior, a very popular theory of social psychology. Upon completing this lesson, you should be able to define prosocial behavior and distinguish between egoistic and altruistic helping, describe the findings regarding gender differences in helping, describe how similarity and the norm of social justice influences who receives help, describe the main features of the bystander intervention model and explain the relationship between this model and the concepts of audience inhibition and diffusion of responsibility. Prosocial behaviors are those intended to help other people. Prosocial behavior is characterized by concern about the rights, feelings, and welfare of others. Behaviors that can be described as prosocial include feeling empathy and concern for others, and behaving in ways to help or benefit other people. Prosocial behavior is voluntary. Helping, sharing, donating, volunteering, and cooperating are all examples of prosocial behavior. Prosocial behavior is driven by a combination of egoistic and altruistic motivations. Egoistic helping is helping with the expectation of something in return. Altruistic helping is helping with no expectation of a return. Arousal and affect theories share the guiding principle that people are motivated to behave in ways that help them attain some goal, and the interpretation of this arousal can shape the nature of prosocial motivation. With egoistic motivation, self-importance or one's own image is the primary driver for prosocial behavior. Egoists thus act prosocially when reputational incentives are at stake. Intermediate mutual benefit occurs when reciprocity is expected. Prosocial behavior is thus performed with the expectation of repayment. In contrast, altruists tend to act prosocially regardless of reputational incentives. Thus, altruistic individuals who are most likely to give in the absence of rewards are those who do not seek reputational gains. However, it is possible for even highly altruistic people to derive some personal benefit from their prosocial actions, if as menial as a sense of self-worth or personal gratification. Reciprocal altruism explores the evolutionary advantages of helping unrelated individuals where the favor is repaid in kind, while indirect reciprocity addresses the receipt of such long-term benefits or rewards for short-term prosocial acts. Furthermore, altruists are more likely to indirectly reciprocate others' prosocial behaviors. This contrasts with the direct reciprocity of egoism, where individuals directly return favors to those who have provided past help. Altruistic behavior is thus observed not only when incentives exist, but also when they do not exist. Gender influences helping. Men generally help more than women, and they are more likely than women to help strangers. These gender differences are greatest when there is an audience, when there is potential danger involved in helping, and when the person in need is a female. The differences appear in non-routine tasks such as emergencies. When studying other forms of prosocial behavior, women often help more than men. Similarity has significant impact on helping behavior. People are more willing to help a stranger that they share commonalities with. Likewise, they are less willing to help someone who they feel they have very little in common with. Yenin and Sharon conducted a study on age similarity and helping intentions. Children, adolescents, adults, and pensioners were requested to collect books for either their own age group or any of the other age groups mentioned in a 4x4 factorial design. Data analysis revealed main effects for both the age of the potential helper and recipient, as well as an interaction between these two independent variables. However, none of the age groups exhibited a tendency to help their own age group more than the other age groups. There are numerous other studies on the impact of similarity in helping behavior showing similar results. The norm of social justice states that people should help only when they believe that others deserve assistance. In North America, being deserving means either possessing socially desirable personality characteristics or engaging in socially desirable behaviors. Thus, according to the social justice norm, if good people encounter unfortunate circumstances, they deserve our help, and we have a duty to render assistance. The bystander intervention model contends that deciding to help involves a series of decisions. 1. We notice something unusual is happening. 2. We decide to help. 3. We decide whether we have the responsibility to help. 4. We decide what kind of help to offer. And 5. We implement the help. Bystander intervention is also determined by emotional arousal and cost-reward assessments. Witnessing an emergency is emotionally arousing. This arousal can be decreased by intervening, ignoring danger signs, or benignly interpreting them as nothing to worry about, or fleeing the scene. The audience inhibition effect is the idea that people have a fear of being viewed as inadequate or confused, and as a result don't want to risk standing out, even by intervening in an emergency situation for fear of overreacting and being embarrassed in front of others. The audience inhibition effect occurs due to the interaction of outcome and information dependence. Outcome dependence keeps everyone trying to remain calm and cool. Information dependence makes it less likely that we believe something is wrong, basing our reactions on the cool appearance of others. The belief that the presence of other people in a situation makes one less personally responsible for events that occur in that situation is known as diffusion of responsibility. Diffusion of responsibility increases with the number of bystanders. The murder of Kenny Genovese is the classic case study for diffusion of responsibility in a prosocial situation. The lack of reaction of numerous neighbors watching the scene prompted research into the diffusion of responsibility and the bystander effect. Social psychologists John Darley and Bibb Latany started this line of research, showing that contrary to common expectations, larger numbers of bystanders decrease the likelihood that someone will step forward and help a victim. The reasons include the fact that onlookers see that others are not helping either, that onlookers believe others will know better how to help, and that onlookers will feel uncertain about helping while others are watching. The Kenny Genovese case thus became a classic feature of social psychology